Hi, I'm Dr. Chinwe, and this is the CEO Diaries. This is a video diary where I, as a female founder and CEO, will talk about my week and how it's gone along and all of my reflections, because I think that by sharing this with you, hopefully you will gain some sort of information and insight about what it really feels like to take on a different career and break away and do something different that you love. And I think that, so yes, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to reflect about a question someone asked me earlier this week, because I had told them that I was launching the CEO Diaries. And she said to me, Chinwe, you are so brave. You're just so fearless. And you've done all this major move from your medical career, and now you are doing all of this as well. I mean, this is amazing. You're so fearless. And I was like, thank you very much. That's amazing. But I started thinking, girl, I'm actually not fearless. Like, I feel the fear. I really do. And I definitely did when I began to reflect on the fact that I needed to make a change. I needed to become something else other than the doctor title that was my entire identity. And so this question of fear has been in my mind all week. And I want to explain that in the early days before I founded Health Mary, we're talking about 5 years before, I had already known that I needed to do more, right? But then that fear of making a change was always there. One thing I did do, though, was think about, basically, I tapped into a bigger emotion. And where there was a fear of, is it going to succeed, or what will people think, or all of those, I call them smaller fears, I tapped into the big fear. And for me, the bigger fear was never having tried. I could look at things 20, 25 years from now and be thinking, if I hadn't done this, how would I feel at that point in time? And that was the emotion I tapped into. And I knew that, hell no, I'm not having this regret after a long life of I need to go and do this. So tapping into the fear of never having tried was what kept me going and pushed past all the other worries and concerns. There are also practical things that I did as well, which was really just go ahead and educate yourself and surround yourself with people who have done it before. And luckily, I'm a reader. I read a lot, so I often and I would just kind of kept embracing the stories and journeys of other people. But then I attended a Women in Business meeting a while ago. This was just after the pandemic, and it was a Zoom meeting. And I remember a lot of the women there were like, wow, what's the doctor doing there? Oh my God, they were a lot like, yeah, but in a good way, right? And for me, I was like, wow, who are these women? Like, I had never seen anything like that before in my life. There was this group of 20 odd women who were just so brave. I mean, this was the pandemic when everything was upended. People were really struggling with their businesses. And I came away so inspired and encouraged by them. And so I would say just surround yourself with people who have done it before and from whom you can draw inspiration. And I know I needed that contact. That was, for all my planning and thinking and ruminating and fear, that was one of the moments that really pushed me forward, because, I said to myself, if they can do it, if they are doing it, what excuse do I really have not to give it a go? And that, for me, was a catalyst. So I want you to think about your fears, and this is whether or not you are wanting to make a change or you've already made a move and gone into your own business or building something for yourself. I would, some people will say, do not be afraid. I'll say, girl, be afraid, be very afraid, but understand your fear. Understand what that feeling is there to do. That feeling is there to in a way be your compass, to tell you that something exciting, something different is happening. Just tap into it and understand what your daily fears do for you, but tap into a bigger emotion, a bigger purpose, a bigger why. And that is what's going to help you take action. right? So for me, it was tapping into an even bigger fear of like, what if I live my whole life and never having done this? And that really got me going. I am so lucky as well because I am constantly surrounded with stories and with women because of my role as Health Mary's founder and CEO. In my everyday life and week, I am in conversation with so many women who are running their own small health and wellness businesses. So I am never in short supply of inspiration. Like it's crazy. And in my moments of doubt, in my moments of like, what are you doing? Like when I have these questions about myself and just struggling, I am never one. I'm always one conversation away from an inspirational story, right? So it may sound a bit cliche, but you can't do it on your own. You do need the voices and contact with other people, the right kind of people to help you along. So I hope this has helped. And yes, this week has been pretty intense. My life is on the go, but it's a freedom I am definitely enjoying. And even though I still do my clinical practice, even there I am doing it with so much more freedom. I can give my patients more time. I'm just more available to them in that sense, if that makes sense. So I would highly recommend that if you're wanting something different, then you are right. You're right. You should make that move and become and be the amazing version of yourself that you can tap into. Break out from whatever it is that is holding you back. Break out from that career. Break out from that situation, and just with purpose, go for the life that you deserve. So I'll see you next week. And remember, if you have any questions for me, just drop it in the comments below, or you can DM me if you're following me. Or the longer versions of these videos will be available on my YouTube channel, which is the CEO Diaries. So have a look there, and also you can DM me there. And mind you that I'm not just talking on my own on that YouTube channel. I am there. I have collected a library of the voices and stories of other women who you will certainly be inspired by. You will be inspired by them. So go check it out. On that note, see you next week, and look after yourself. Look after yourself. Take it easy. Look after yourself. And when the moment is right, you will know. Take care.